3 rounds to go in this World Championship, and we are in the title fight. We are in the thick of it. We're in the best form, and after winning the last Grand Prix, I think we are in a terrific position. Have a little look at that. We are currently 16 points behind Lewis Hamilton, in second in the championship. We've won 2 of the last 3 races, and we've been on the podium in 5 of the last 6. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton hasn't been on the podium since Belgium 4 races ago, and Max Verstappen since Zandvoort 3 races ago. So it is looking good for us, you have to say. With 3 races to go, we've got Mexico and then Brazil, and then we're going to have 100% Grand Prix if we're still in the championship in Australia to see if we can win FIA World Drivers' Championship in Formula 1. It's going to be a fantastic end of the season. Make sure you leave a like down below if you are enjoying, and of course look at the R&D progress screen. Ourselves, Alpine and Mercedes neck and neck for the fastest car. You've then got Ferrari, Alpha-Tauri and McLaren not far behind. I mean, if you look at Alpha-Tauri, they have made significant progress over the last few Grand Prix, and they're looking really, really good. Aston Martin, now the 7th quickest team. Williams not far behind them either. Alfa Romeo and Haas well off the pace, but we're looking pretty good. I'm very, very happy. It doesn't look like there's going to be any regulation changes this season, so absolutely fine about that. But let's see how we get on in qualifying. Back to the old format today. Let me know what you prefer down in the comments below. Do you prefer the old format, which is what you'll see today, or yesterday's or Monday's format when I did a post recording of the qualifying report? Let me know either way down in the comment section. Well, let's take you on a lap of Mexico. Long time no see around here, and we have had our fair share of issues at this Grand Prix in the past, having an engine failure. A couple of years ago when we were still driving for Alpine, I think we looked pretty good that race as well. Last season, I believe we were on the hard tyre strategy from early on because we had contact, and we've never really had the luck around here, but we will try our best today. A little bit wide there. Surprised we didn't lose our lap. I feel like since a recent patch it's been a lot more generous with the corner cutting, which I think it needed to be. You know, it wasn't realistic, but this is an absolutely terrible middle sector from us. It has to be said. 55.6 through the first 2 sectors. That's not great. And there you go, a little bit wide there. So looking after the tyres, and we go again. So let's take you on a second lap of this circuit. Coming up to the line, that would have been a 1:14.9, which definitely wasn't going to be challenging the top guys, but hopefully on the second lap we can do a lot better. Well, this isn't a great lap, I must admit. A 1:15.1. It's quicker than the Alfa Romeos and the Haas cars, so it might be enough to get through to Q2, but yeah, just really disappointing so far. Well, here we come. This is a much better lap, a 1:14.6. which doesn't quite get as far as Lance Stroll, but is certainly good enough for Q2, I think. Quicker than Vettel, quicker than Russell. I think we'll be alright. Well, there you go, squeaking through in 15th again, just like in America. But we all know what's happened there. We got pole position. I think we should be alright. Obviously, that was our third lap on those tyres. I think if we can do it first time, we'll be easily into the top 10. Well, here we come up to the line at the start of Q2 then, and it's a 1:13.6. That's by far the quickest time that we have done so far. Second quicker than what we produced in Q1. Goodness me, we nearly went into the back of Hamilton there. That was very, very close. I want to actually see that on the replay. That was ridiculous. I just thought, he's going to get out of the way in a second, but he just came floating out into the middle of the circuit. And oh, that was very close, wasn't it? Look at that! Yeah, not far away at all. But there we go. We go past Lewis Hamilton and leave him in our wake. But that should be by far easily enough to get through to Q2, Q3. Well, there we go, easily through to Q3 then. In 9th place, I mean, only, half a tenth quicker than Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton, who have gone out in Q2, by the way. I mean, look at this. Everywhere from 1st down to 12th, less than half a second in that. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton out in Q2. Championship leader Lewis Hamilton, by the way. Who's going to get pole position? Well, here we go, our first run at pole position, and it's a terrible lap, to be honest. A 1:14.3, only enough for 4th place. Well, here we come then. This is an awesome lap, 7 tenths quicker. It's a 1:13.6, but that's only enough for P5. So close were the times there right at the end. But P5, I suppose we'll have to take it. I think we will have chances to overtake in the race tomorrow. But Pierre Gasly is on pole position.
Who will be fronting the grid? Gasly, Verstappen, and Antonio Giovinazzi. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Well, that is ridiculous that Pierre Gasly is on pole position. Max Verstappen in 2nd, Giovinazzi in 3rd there. Fernando Alonso starting 4th. We're starting in 5th. Leclerc 6th. Tsunoda in 7th, Bottas, the top Mercedes in 8th, Perez 9th, and Daniel Ricciardo in 10th. What a Mexican Grand Prix this is going to be.
Here we go then. It's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from 3rd on the grid. And what are the Honda-powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? At 2,285 metres above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners make up a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, and you can expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour. And overtaking too, into the hard braking zones of turns 1 and turn 4. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Pierre Gasly yesterday puts him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Giovinazzi, the captain, Charles Leclerc and Tsunoda, Bottas, Perez, Hamilton and Lance Stroll, Vettel, Fernando Alonso, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, Ricciardo, Lando Norris and Guan Yu Zhou. They've taken a grid penalty. Latifi and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Only 3 races left. You still have a chance at the title, but we're going to need some special performances. See what you can do.
Okay, so here we are down on the track. It's going to be a nervy old race, this one. A very short formation lap. And then, of course, the lights out. So we got to make sure these tyres are up to temperature. We're going to make sure we're fully ready, because this is a long old run down to turn 1. It really is a long old run. So here's hoping. Here we come then, lining up for our place on the grid. Pierre Gasly is on pole position with Max Verstappen in second. Antonio Giovinazzi in front of us in third. We're going to be starting fourth with Charles Leclerc in fifth. Yuki Tsunoda starts sixth with Valtteri Bottas in seventh. We then got Perez eighth and Hamilton ninth with Lance Stroll starting P10. The McLaren's way down the order. And of course Fernando Alonso, who has had an engine penalty. So here we go.
As soon as the grid has formed, be ready with the clutch.
Big moment here at the start of this race. And here come the lights. Lights out, away we go here in Mexico. It's a tough start from the grid, lots of wheel spin for us, and Yuki Tsunoda, excellent start for him. And actually, well, we got Stroll down our inside, or is it Sergio Perez? Not entirely sure. It is Sergio Perez who just chucks it down the inside of turn one, and we have been sort of struck out at that first corner, shut out of any sort of overtake. We got Fernando Alonso now having a look at Sergio Perez, trying to gauge where the gaps are going to be. We've got a little bit of side pod damage. Oh, and we bundle over the
Try not to make it any worse.
Bundle over the curbs, and that's not going to help. And we now have bodywork damage, which of course is going to affect the rest of our race, and that's such a shame. Could be championship over now. Well, Max Verstappen in the pits, so he's had an incident on this first lap. That's a disaster for him and his championship hopes. And it looks like lots and lots of people are in the pit lane. We've got the two McLarens right behind us. Well, we'll be interested to see if we can... Well, you join me on lap 5 of this Grand Prix. We're struggling in this DRS train to stay right on the back of Fernando Alonso. Well, we're going to come into the pits, try something a little bit different, see what we can do here. I don't think we need to change our front wing. No, that's absolutely fine.
Go now.
Yeah, coming in nice and early. Looks like Lando Norris has joined us in the pit lane. And should manage to come out in front of our teammate Max Verstappen, who of course will probably need to pit again.
No more scheduled pit stops.
But now that we're out in the clean air, hopefully we can get past the likes of Alonso and Perez. Is there going to be a safety car for that? Because obviously with us having already come into the pits, that might be a bit of a benefit. Well, here we go, some people in the pit lane. You can see them coming out now, and we are going to be ahead of Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez, so that's worked out okay, to be honest with you. We'll take that. And I think that is Lewis. Well, no, it's not. It's Valtteri Bottas. So Hamilton's still out there, putting in the laps. And there goes Fernando Alonso. Gonna battle him hard. Well, there we go. There's Lewis Hamilton just in front. The championship leader, and of course our big championship rival. He's the man we're chasing. We need to make sure that we take as many points off him as possible. Now he's right behind Charles Leclerc. Is he going to attempt to make a move? Doesn't look like it right now, but what it is doing is allowing us to close up. But this is kind of the problem. because we pitted early, our tyres are past their best. Well, what a move around the outside of those two. And somehow we're through. Gasly's got an issue with his car. So can we get past him? And then be just behind Lewis Hamilton. We need to make sure that we don't lose out too much to him today. Well, we're through on Pierre Gasly. But what we have done is lost ground on Lewis Hamilton.
Incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
And Fernando Alonso is right behind us once again. And I think he is going to be able to make the move very quickly. In fact, he's going to have a little look around the outside there. And then go the long way. And now into this next corner. This is a great opportunity for people to pass, but no such luck for Fernando.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Well, here we come then on to the final lap of the race. We've got Fernando Alonso still behind us. He's not actually managing to make much of an impact. Antonio Giovinazzi leading the way, interestingly enough. Yuki Tsunoda is in second. It's a shame for Pierre Gasly that his weekend has been spoiled by a reliability issue in the race, which has slowed him right down, and he might not even finish inside the points now. He's that far off the pace.
Ahead is 5.4 seconds.
A bit similar to Rosberg in 2014 Abu Dhabi. It's just losing more and more pace.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
But it looks like Hamilton's only going to finish 4th, which means he's only going to gain 2 points on us. So there's going to be 18 points in it with 2 races to go. And Hamilton not in the best of form. And there you go. We can hear fireworks going off. I think it's going to be Giovinazzi. It is. Antonio Giovinazzi wins his first F1 race. Tsunoda's going to finish second. Bottas third. Hamilton fourth. We finish 5th. And I think we can be pretty happy with that. That's a decent amount of points.
And with that, we wrap up yet another incredible Grand Prix weekend. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Once again, it's podium time, and once again, it's a clear win for Alpine. Alpine have seen their fair share of success in Formula One, and today is proof that they've still got what it takes to thrill us all. Congratulations to everyone at Alpine.
Well, absolutely brilliant to see Antonio Giovinazzi up there. Excellent race for him.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, what an awesome Grand Prix, and well, I mean, Lando Norris, I think, had... Oh, no, Sergio Perez that had fastest lap very near the end. Pierre Gasly, bless him, down in 15th place. But, yeah, very, very interesting in the end. Giovinazzi winning the Grand Prix, 0.6 of a second ahead of Yuki Tsunoda in second. We then had Bottas third, Hamilton fourth. We finished in fifth with Alonso sixth, Ricciardo in 7th, Verstappen managing to make his way back up to 8th, Russell 9th, and Latifi in 10th, meaning that the championship looks like this. We're 18 points behind Lewis Hamilton with 2 races to go. It is going to be super exciting, particularly around Brazil, trying to close that gap. But Lewis Hamilton, if he beats us in the next Grand Prix, can virtually guarantee a World Championship success. We definitely need to beat him. We're only 16 points behind in the Constructors as well. It's going to go down to the wire, and that makes it exciting. So if you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.